Dak, obviously you guys, fought a hard fight and played well against the Packers. How do you build on that and the importance of getting back in the win column when you guys face the Jets?
Yeah, I mean, obviously on the offense, got to keep that momentum going the way that we finished that game. All those drives from the second half, carrying in overtime. Obviously, we want to score there, but there's a lot of good. We got to make sure on offense we come out and we start fast, something that we didn't do last week and we didn't do the week before. So that's the importance this week, and we know if we can do that, we can get in that rhythm and we can keep going. And defense is obviously going to make some plays, help us out, and get a good complimentary win on the road.
Dak, obviously a long season. How long does it take for you guys to really figure out who you guys are as a team for each individual year?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say somewhere through this first quarter. I mean, I feel like we should have a great idea after this one. And then obviously in the next road one, another good road game next week. I think these two coming up, we should know exactly who we are after that. Get a good feel on this one, and then what was that, game 5, I guess, or 6? We should know exactly what we're capable of. We should know our strengths. We should know our weaknesses. We should be fixing the things that we need to fix to make sure that we're just getting better each week as we move forward.
Bill Parcells used to talk about the importance of demonstrated ability, and now that you've demonstrated on the field what you can do with GP, how important is that for you guys moving forward?
Yeah, it's huge. I mean, I don't think that was any surprise to either of us or any of these guys in the locker room who's watched us from the spring practice and attack the defense. But it definitely was a show, right, for the rest of the league and put them on notice. So it's about continuing to build and understanding when C comes back that you've just got another big-time weapon. You've got 2 ones and guys that you can move around, guys that you can trust in different positions. You can trust on dang near any route. And, we just got to make sure that we build from last week, and we're only getting better this week.
You're averaging 43 pass attempts a game, which is the most in the league, understanding you play 2 overtime games. But Shotty said this isn't really by design the way you want to play on offense, but you've kind of been forced to play that way. How do you view that, having the ball and playing such a bigger role than anticipated at quarterback?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm so focused on one play at a time usually when I'm during the game or that drive, that series, just trying to pick the momentum or something that I can get an advantage on that honestly I hadn't even noticed when we finished these games that it's been 40-plus attempts. So it's just about just doing my job and whatever it takes at that time, whether it's handing off, play action, screens, understanding the down and distance and checking it down. I think being smart with the ball always makes a coordinator feel comfortable of calling another shot, right, when you're not always taking them and you're being calculated on when you want to. So that's probably a part of also, a couple of more passes being thrown in that way. As you said, just the way the game's been played. But whatever they need me to do, I'll do.
Dak, went back to your Mississippi State days, see what your tight ends did there, and I don't think a guy ever caught more than 30 balls. When did you realize?
Gus Wally?
Huh?
He ain't Gus didn't? 4? He had a touchdown, though.
Johnson.
Oh, yeah, Malcolm Johnson, 2-3. He's nice.
Yeah.
Played in the NFL.
But when did you realize how friendly a tight end is?
Don't do the dogs like that. Sorry, don't do us like that.
When did you realize how friendly a tight end can be for you when you got here?
Yeah, rookie. I mean, honestly, I could say in college. Honestly, Malcolm Johnson. I mean, was a teammate of mine before Gus when I was a young player who was very, very consistent, had great hands. And maybe they had him listed as an F a lot of the time, so he wasn't, a tight end, but very consistent player, always getting open in the middle. You can run option routes with him. And then obviously when I showed up here and Jason Witten is the tight end in the room, when play calls are named after him, when the option concept is the first route in the book that's taught by Jason Witten, you understand how valuable a good tight end can be that knows his responsibility. And I think that's a big part of Jake's success is he knows his responsibility, he knows where he needs to be, why he needs to do it. We're on the same page and we're always communicating. There's zones and there's tough windows that we're trying to get the ball into that if we're not on the same page, you don't feel comfortable throwing it. But I do when you have a guy like that.
Is the yards per catch for Jake a result of what the defenses are not allowing you to do at this point? A little bit with Jake, it's what, 7 yards, whatever it is per catch from. Or does that even matter much?
No, it doesn't matter at all. I think it doesn't matter at all to me. I think it's completions. I'm sure some of the check downs, right, are going to skew his numbers at that, right? So, just the way that we're being played. I mean, I know everybody wants to see the seam ball to Ferg. It's going to come in the right defense in the right time when they give us that look and that play call happens. So, just part of it right now.
How well are you seeing the game right now?
Pretty good. I mean, just the way I want to see it. I mean, it's just, as I've said before over and over, just the experience paying off on top of the film study and my preparations, and then just the clear communication and what a play's being not only called for, but what that play's being designed for and how we feel like getting attack this or attack that. I think it's just a result of me knowing all of that and putting it all together and feeling good out there, yeah.
Yeah, people saying they've never seen you play better. I don't know if you look at it that way. Are you playing the best you've ever played, or are you as confident you've ever been?
For sure, as confident as I've ever been. Yeah, I would say I am, and I think just going right off of the heels of the experience. I think that's why. Every year I feel like I've gotten better and making strides in every part of my game. I know sometimes the numbers and things don't always show that, but I think right now that they are. And just part of, as I said, the play caller coordinator, and it helps when you've got talent outside. When you've got guys like CD, George, Ferg, as we're talking about, and you've got a great run game. So also just a product of those other 10 guys or whoever's in there doing their job.
Can you expand upon that run game? Because it feels like defenses are having to play you honest now because of what Javonte.
Yeah, for sure. That's what the only thing you can ask for as a quarterback is, being able to hand it off and turn around and know you went and got 3, 4, 5 yards, if not more sometimes, and that just keeps you ahead of the chains. That allows me to take the checkdowns. That allows me to take whatever throw is open without having to try to force something or, we're in second and long, I need to get most of this back. And I don't have those thought processes when you have the run game we do and the success that we're having. So I was just about continuing to build on that.
Given the high volume of passes you have this year, how comfortable are you with kind of the whole offense in your hands like that, leading the league in pass attempts?
Great. I'll throw for 60 times a game if they want me to. I hope I don't have to. That means the run game's not working. So whatever they need me to do, I'll do. I feel, as I've said before, I feel as confident, feel like I'm playing the best. I've got all ownership, I guess you could say, in this offense, whether it's getting into another play or getting out of a certain play. So for me, it's just about continuing to build and not complacent at all with 4 games.
Does your leadership extend to the defensive side of the ball? You're first in the NFL in offense, 32nd in defense, won 1 game. What's your message to those guys as you interact with them?
Yeah, really just about trusting each other and making sure that they're communicating, understanding that such a team game that all 11 just have to be on the same page. And if you're on the same page, you've got a chance, even if it's not the right page, to be honest with you. So for me, just as the leader, this guy in the locker room, not truly knowing their X's and O's or being able to, call a guy out or hold him accountable for this coverage or that blitz or whatever it may be, it's just providing encouragement, to their spirit and just to their optimism of staying positive and understanding that it's going to pay off. You watch those guys play; they run to the ball, they're getting that ball moving. There's going to be some fumbles and the turnovers and things are going to start happening, and when they do, it'll be a different story.
Road games at the Jets don't happen often for you, and Witten was actually on the field last time you played up there. So what do you
Last
remember,
throw to him. Remember
about
that last
time
throw?
there? And it's a familiar venue, but are the Jets fans different from the Giants fans? And what do you remember about that last?
Not to challenge them, but I don't necessarily remember them being too much different than the Giants. I remember wasn't a pretty game. I remember going up there, didn't finish the way that we wanted to finish. I think we had a good end of half drive. Got a big long field goal there at the end. That was probably the biggest positive of that, but ended up going for 2, I think, to tie the game or something like that at the end. And sending all out pressure, Jamal Adams, right, came off the edge. He got pressure on me, wasn't able to give a good enough ball to Witt, and not the result that we're looking for when we go up there this time. And I know that was a team also that I believe was winless when we went up there, somewhat early in the season as well. So it's important for me to relay to these guys just how important it is for us to go get this game and how important it is not to look at the records and to understand that every other team wants to beat us and every other team is going to find a way to hype themselves up a little bit more because it's the Cowboys, and that we've got to make sure we go out there with the right energy and start fast and on all 3 aspects of the game.
Do you keep books on defensive coordinators?
I write stuff down and it's digital, whatever, that I can go back and, look up times we've played Wilkes, is what you're getting at. That, know his history, played against some numbers of times in different places.
Is there, because Aaron Glenn comes from Detroit, is it a little bit of what they did too, or is it all?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mix in a sense. I don't want to say they don't know their identity. Maybe they're finding it. Maybe they're trying to figure out if they want to be more Wilkes or if they want to be more Glenn. But, and that is different. That is different in just the way the two have called it over the years. And they've shown that from early games of kind of being more, zone to this last game against Miami and had success doing it. more in your face, man to man, like they did last year in the past years in Detroit. So for me, it's about just continuing to study this film, getting my cues, and just going out there and playing fast, no matter what they offer us.
Shotty said he had a tough conversation with Jaylen after the George Pickens trade, just knowing the nature of what that meant. Jaylen said it was fuel to the fire. What have you seen from Jaylen? Obviously made some good plays last week. What have you seen from Jaylen this season?
Yeah, a guy that stepped up and a guy that's consistent and taking advantage of the opportunities he's been given, all that you can ask from a pro, and a guy in his fourth year, understanding how probably big of a year this is personally for him. And, you know, when you see a trade like that, not very exciting from a personal aspect, but he understands that this game is about a team. And so there's nobody out there helping George more than he is right now. And that is the best part to see as a quarterback, honestly, understanding how challenging that was for him personally. And he's out there helping him in any moment, any time that he needs it. And that's why he's going to reap the successes, because he just does it the right way.
You talked about
When last season ended and there was a question of whether Mike was coming back, were you thinking at all about the possibility of Shotty?
One more time?
Were you thinking at all about the possibility of Shotty being the guy?
No, I wasn't, honestly, until I was asked from the upper level about his potential of being the guy. And at that point, I honestly think when I was first asked that question, I just started like, oh, as an OC, like this, and that. And they're like, no, I mean, as maybe the head guy. And I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I mean, if I'm promoting him so much as the OC, I don't, I'm not going to just take away everything I just said because you said head coach. And then so that was kind of the first of it.
Was there anything from that relationship that maybe has grown you didn't expect now that you guys are coaching a little bit?
No, I mean, I can't really say something's happened or grown into something I didn't expect. Always been a professional guy, always been very thorough and detailed in his coaching and in the communication from player to coach at every position that he could impact. And it's truly been no different as him as the head coach. And obviously it's easy to say that, when me and him have such great communication, he's the play caller, but just watching him throughout practice with other players and positions, a guy that's true to himself and loves the game and gives it everything he has daily.
You've talked about playing against the clock in your mind on the field and making the decisions. Does that become even more important when there's so many potential different offensive line configurations in a week like this?
I mean, I think it's just as important. I don't want to put more importance on it because that means, I'd have to speed up my time clock. So, yeah, I mean, that's just what you need to do in the NFL. You're playing, I mean, the most athletic, freakiest guys are on the D-line in this business. And so not that guys up front are at a disadvantage, but, those guys get to sub out every so many plays and come in and fresh and give you a new move or bull rush you. And so that's just natural for me to think that way and play like that. And so the importance stays the same, for sure. Thank you, guys.